You see, what it really means to be all in at the end of the day means you're a culture creator. Like you are us. I know you hear me say that on the weekend when I say to people like, you are Valley Creek. And it's true, they are Valley Creek. But like you are like our heart. And when our heart is sick, the whole body is sick. But when our heart is healthy, even if you have a bump on your finger, everything else is working pretty good. You're the culture. And what you have to understand is culture always supersedes vision. We can get excited all day long about a new vision of being a movement of hope for the city and beyond, but if we don't have the culture, it won't happen. You see, a vision is a direction. Culture is an identity. Vision is what you're doing. Culture is who you are. Vision is where you're going. Culture is who you are becoming.
Yes, that's good.
And if culture is your identity and vision is your behavior, then like the three circles we always talk about, who you are determines what you do. That we've got to have the culture if we actually think this vision is going to come to pass. That there are, listen to me, every church in the world has a great vision statement. Have you ever heard of a church that's like, our vision is to do nothing and sit around for the glory of God? No. Every church you know of has a vision that wants to change the world. And yet, why do so few churches change the world? Because they don't have the culture to get there. See, if you have the right culture, you don't even need a vision. The culture will get you there. But if you have a great vision and the wrong culture, you can put everything you got into it and it won't happen. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. You're the culture. Culture is our set of vision, values, beliefs. Culture is an atmosphere. It's the ethos. It's our identity. It's what people feel and experience when they engage with us. You're the culture. And if you look at how we got to where we are from where we were, it wasn't vision. It was culture. All my job is to kind of set a vision and say that's where we're going. And then together we start building a culture. And the culture self-propels us and it gets us there. And as we've reached lots of new people, the biggest thing that I can ask of you is be the culture. Be the culture in every atmosphere, every environment, every engagement, wherever you are, just be us. You say, what is us? Everything we just did for the last 45 minutes. Like that's us. Us is registering, coming when you register, coming on time, being around to talk to people that you don't know, coming in and giving someone else their preferred seat, worshiping with everything that you've got, even if no one else is, praying because we believe that Jesus is here in this space, ministering to one another, honoring the word of God, responding by faith, being a leader, taking hope to wherever you go, passionately pursuing Jesus. That's our culture. That's who we are. And the challenge is as we reach more people, they don't know the culture. So if you're waiting for them, if you're like on a Sunday morning, you're like waiting, like if everyone else will worship, I will too. Well, hopefully you're in a service with a lot of other culturized people in that room, because if they're not, one person can set the atmosphere of an entire room. You're that person. See, there's this great story in the Old Testament of Saul. And Saul, if you remember, I don't have time for any of this. But anyways, think about this. See, this is why you want to come to All In. You get all the good stuff, man. I can't do this on a weekend. Saul wants to kill David because David's going to be the new king, you know, the whole deal. And so Saul sends some of his guys to go and kill David. And when the guys get close to David, Samuel and all these prophets are prophesying. And as these guys are there to kill David, as they even get into the atmosphere, they change and they start prophesying. They're there to kill him. And all of a sudden they start worshiping God. And when it's done, they kind of leave. They're not even sure what happens. They go back. Saul's furious. So he sends, man, you guys are bad. So he sends another group. You go do it. Second group, they go. They get in the atmosphere of the prophets. They start prophesying. They're there to kill the guy. They snap out of it. They go back. So, oh my goodness, Saul's going to kill us. Yeah, he is. A third group of people sends the same thing. Finally, Saul himself, who is intent on killing David, walks into that atmosphere. And because the culture was so strong, Saul completely changed and started worshiping God. He was there to be a murderer, and he became a worshiper. Hang on. Because there was a culture that said, this is who we are, this is how we live, this is what we do, this is our identity. We don't care if it's raining or shining or cold or warm or if there's one of us or 1,000 of us. This is who we are. And when other people enter our atmosphere, it changes them. Okay? That's culture.